We are at Hobart for the exhibition match between Scotland and Sri Lanka. Joining me in the commentary box for this match is Jim Maxwell.
Thanks, Richie.
It's a beautiful sunny day here today. The temperature is just perfect and we should be in for a great game of cricket. The outcome is that Sri Lanka have elected to field. It'll be interesting to see if they've made the right decision as the match develops. Players are just emerging from the changing rooms and the crowd is giving them a decent reception. So let's take a look at the teams. Here's the lineup for Scotland: Haynes, Lockyer, Watkins, Walters, West, Carr, Coley, Malone, Amin, Biggs and Higgins. And for Sri Lanka: Adapadu, Jayasuriya, Jayawardena, Arnold, Samarawira, Gunawardena, Sangakkara, Vass, Muralitharan, Fernando and Malinga. Vass is to open the bowling for Sri Lanka. Vass to Haynes. Haynes waiting at the striker's end. There it goes. And there's a fielder under it.
That went up miles. It had snow on it by the time it came down.
Vass gets his first wicket. This was how the wicket fell. The next batsman is Watkins. Vass to bowl to Watkins. Confident appeal. The umpire says not out. It really was a very close call.
Yes, Richie, worth a shout. Must have been close, although prompted.
Let's take a look at that in slow motion. Watkins facing. Watkins waiting at the striker's end. Adapadu is in pursuit. 4 wides to Scotland.
That was a very poor delivery. The keeper couldn't get near it.
Vass the ball to Watkins. Vass has got him.
He played completely down the wrong line and made a mess of the stumps.
This was how the innings ended for Watkins. Lockyer is now on strike. Ooh, that looked quite nasty. That came off the pads. Umpires signalling that as leg biased. Malinga to Walters. Picked up very early by Walters.
Really good shot there. Nicely timed and picked the gap perfectly.
We can have a look at that again. Walters facing. Great shot by Walters. Timed that on drive to perfection.
What a ripper. The crowd enjoyed that one.
Let's see the action replay of that. Lanka to Walters. Walters facing. Hit straight to a fielder. Walters waiting at the striker's end. Yeah. Well, that's off the batsman's pads. Ten runs came from that over. Partnership between these two is now worth 11. Thus, at the start of his run-up. That's out. Caught by
That was a lazy shot. He'll regret that when he sees the replay.
Thus gets his third wicket. This was how the wicket fell. West is the new batsman for Scotland. Thus continues. Stopped by Samarawira. There's just one there. Thus the ball to Lockyer. Thus to Lockyer. I think he'll be okay. It'll sting a bit though. Oh, that could be a very painful blow. These will be leg byes. Umpires signalling that as leg byes. West waiting at the striker's end. Thus continues. Struck in front. He's out.
A tough decision by the umpire, but he seemed certain.
Let's take a look at that in slow motion. Malinga to begin a new over. Spot on, line and length. Malinga continues. They have 6 wickets in hand. Lockyer facing. It's straight at Fernando. Malinga, the ball to Lockyer. That's out. Caught.
Well, he just picked the fielder out perfectly with that shot.
Malinga gets his... This was the end of the innings for Lockyer. Caught. Malinga continues. There it goes. Good catch from Muralita.
That was moving pretty quickly, and he did well to cling on to it.
We can have a look at that again. Malone is the next man in. Malinga, the ball to Malone. steered expertly into the gap. Jaya Wardner out at long off. Those are the first runs for Malone. A very good over. Only one off it in the end. Malone is now on strike. Malone facing. That's in the stands. 6 runs. Some are a winner, not like that at all.
Bowler doesn't look too happy about it. Might be a little bit more in the next one.
Let's see the action replay of that. Malone waiting at the striker's end. Samaraweera to Malone. Adapadu is after that one, and that's out. Caught by Adapadu.
Very safely taken. Soft hands, that's what's important.
Samaraweera gets his first wicket. This was how the innings ended for Malone. Amin comes in at number 8. Amin facing. That's gone a long way. It's the first boundary for Amin.
Bowler can't believe it, but it is out of the ground. 6 runs.
Let's take a look at that in slow motion. Samaraweera to Amin. There it goes. He was struggling there, but somehow he's got away with it. They've turned that into 2. That's good running. And the end of the over.
That was an expensive over for Sri Lanka.
Carr waiting at the striker's end. Fernando gets his first wicket. This was how the wicket fell. The next batsman in is right-handed Biggs. Fernando to bowl to Biggs. Struck in front, and the umpire's given it.
A tough decision by the umpire, but he seemed certain.
Fernando gets his second wicket. This was how the innings ended for Biggs. Higgins is the new batsman for Scotland. Fernando on a hat-trick. Higgins waiting at the striker's end. Good ball. Fernando the ball to Higgins. That was a no ball by Fernando.
He overstepped there. He was probably trying too hard.
There it goes. There's the umpire signal, no ball. Amin facing. Fernando, got the batsman in trouble with that one. Fernando to Amin. He's winded, but I think he'll be okay to continue. Ouch, that must have hurt. That came off the pads. 4 overs are left in the innings. Amin is now facing.
Done him. What a great sight for a bowl. Stumps flying in all directions.
Well, that's a miserable total posted by Scotland.
Sri Lanka bowled pretty well out there. The bowlers gave little away, and they really made the batsmen work for their runs.
Samarawira gets his second wicket.
He's bowled really well out there in this innings, and he's getting his just reward.
Amin scored 8 runs from 0 balls. Sri Lanka are about to start their first innings. Sri Lanka require 36 to win. Adapadu waiting at the striker's end. Watkins is after that one. 36 runs required. Amin to Adapadu. Hit straight to a fielder. Amin to bowl to Adapadu. Hit straight at Walters. Adapadu facing. Amin has got him.
Well, that early wicket will put the pressure on the batter.
Amin gets his first wicket. We can have a look at that again. The next man in is Jayawardena. Jayawardena waiting at the striker's end. Single to Jayawardena and the end of the over. The required run rate is around 3.5 and over. Higgins to Jayawardena. Higgins is switching to round the wicket.
Deceived him with that delivery, and it beat him all ends up.
Higgins gets his first wicket. This was how the wicket fell. Arnold is the new batsman. Arnold facing. Excellent bowling by Higgins. Higgins to bowl to Arnold. Just one run, so they need 34 to win from 51 balls. Jayasuriya facing. Amin is in pursuit. That's out of the ground. That was still going up as it cleared the rope.
He smashed that a long way. Great to watch for the neutral, but the bowler won't be too happy.
Let's see the action replay of that. Higgins, the bowl to Jayasuriya. Putting it expertly into the gap. Malone is not going to reach that.
Yes, that was a lovely shot. He will have enjoyed that one.
Let's take a look at that in slow motion. Higgins to Joe Saria. Stopped in the covers. And the end of the over. The required run rate is around 3 and over.
That was an expensive over for Scotland.
These two players have now put on 11. Amin continues. Amin is coming around the wicket. Amin has got him.
He lost the line of the ball. It went straight through.
Amin gets his second hit. This was the end of the innings for Arnold. Sarawira is the next man in. Sarawira waiting at the striker's end. Hit straight to a fielder. Amin at the start of his run-up. The sweeper picks up. That's the first runs of the day for Sarawira. 23 runs required. Amin to Jaya Saria. He's got him. He's gone.
He was bowled all over the place.
That's the third wicket now for Amin. This was how the wicket fell. Gunawardena comes in at number 5. Gunawardena facing. Sri Lanka require 23 to win. Amin continues. Amin has got him.
Too late now. It went straight through the gap.
Higgins gets his first wicket. We can have a look at that again. Sarawira waiting at the striker's end.
Richie, who can best exploit the rough patches on this pitch?
Rough patches on the pitch, which develop naturally during a game, can be of use to the spinners over the final 2 days. The spin bowler is able to bowl over the wicket, or around for that matter, depending on the type of batsman. He's also able to use it as a curve of stroke play. Accuracy is essential. .23 runs required. Sarawira facing. They have 5 wickets in hand. Sarawira waiting at the striker's end. Stopped by Haynes. Higgins to Sarawira. stopped in the covers. The required run rate is around 3.5 and over.
The captain needs to think about saving some of his best bowlers overs for the closing stages of the innings.
Here comes the first change of the bowling. Sangakkara is now on strike.
Well, there's a chance gone missing. He couldn't take the catch and it could prove costly.
Sangakkara facing. West is in pursuit, lay it away with comfort. Great shot by Sangakkara. Picked that right off his visor. Let's take a look at that in slow motion. Beats the ball to Sangakkara.
Clean bowl. Awful judgment by the batsman there. You have to be certain when you elect not to play a stroke.
Beats gets his first wicket. Sri Lanka 6 down now for 17.
Well, it seems like miles back to the pavilion when you've got out cheap.
This was how the innings ended for Sangakkara. Vass is the new batsman. Biggs the ball to Vass. Vass waiting at the striker's end. Vass facing. It's straight at Walters. 5 overs are left for Sri Lanka. The required run rate is around 3.5 and over. Change in the bowling for Scotland. Watkins to Samarawira. Watkins is coming around the wicket. Samarawira waiting at the striker's end. Watkins to Samarawira. Sri Lanka require 19 to win. Samarawira facing. There are only 4 wickets. Watkins the ball to Samarawira. He's got it into the gap. Just 1 run. Vass waiting at the striker's end. That's wonderful bowling from Watkins. Watkins, there's only 1 over left now. Biggs continues. Biggs is switching to round the wicket. Hit straight to a fielder. Biggs to Samaraweera. Lockyer is after that one and just runs that one down to third man. Lockyer reaches it before it crosses the boundary. One run to Samaraweera. Biggs continues. Stopped in the covers, so they need 17 to win from 21 balls. Thus, waiting at the striker's end. Watkins is after it. That's cleared the boundary, 6 runs. He picked that up beautifully. You can have a look at that again. Biggs, the ball to Russ. Here is in pursuit, stroke through the covers. That's racing away to the cover boundary.
That was good batting. He picked his spot, didn't try to smash it.
Let's take a look at that in slow motion. Biggs to Russ. Stopped by Haynes, and the end of the over. The required run rate is around 2 and over.
That was an expensive over for Scotland.
Samaraweera is now facing. Samaraweera facing. Runs required. Watkins continues. Watkins continues. Watkins, the ball to Samaraweera. Watkins had the batsman in trouble with that one. Samaraweera facing. Higgins is chasing that one. 2 overs are left in the innings. The required run rate is around 3.5 and over.
Well bowled there. He kept it tight and didn't give the batsman anything at all.
This partnership is now 12. Change in the bowling for Scotland. Thus, to face an over of spin. Malone has got him.
What a great sight for a bowler. Stumps flying in all directions.
Malone gets his first wicket. Sri Lanka 7 down now for 29.
Now that the tail is exposed, they need to keep it tight in the field and not give away any bonus runs.
This was how the wicket fell. Muralitharan is the new batsman for Muralitharan waiting at the striker's end. Expertly held.
Well taken. He never looked like dropping.
And that's out. Caught by Higgins.
The batsman will be kicking himself over that. It wasn't a great shot, and he looked to be in good form.
Malone gets his second wicket.
He's bowled superbly. The batsmen have not been able to find an answer to his accuracy.
Sri Lanka 8 down now for 29.
The first ball duck, all that way just for one ball.
This was the end of the innings for Muralitharan. Next man in is Fernando. Malone on a hat-trick. Safely taken by Amin.
That was a loose shot. He'll be kicking himself about that one.
Comfortably taken, no worries.
The fielder did well there. He made it look easy. It was a difficult...
Let's see the action replay of that. The next batsman in is right-handed Malinga. Malone, the ball to Malinga. Sri Lanka require 7 to win. Malinga waiting at the striker's end. Oh, and he's bowling.
Excellent bowl. Keep it straight. If the batsman makes a mistake, he's out.
Scotland looking very, very happy. So, to sum up then, Scotland win by 6 runs. Thanks for joining us for today's play. We very much look forward to your company at the next match.